Hi, I'm Mrs. S from Steps to Success Maths. In this video, we're working through GCSE exam style questions on sharing in a ratio. Pause the video, have a go, and then we'll go through each question together, step by step. Adam and Ben shared £24 in the ratio 3:5. How much money did they each get? Okay, so we've got the ratio, Adam and Ben, and then the order it's written is the same order we use. So Adam will be 3, Ben will be 5. And if we add those together at the moment, we can see we've got 8 parts, a total of 8. But we've actually got £24 to share. So we're going to put 24 here. So how do we go from 8 to 24? What do we need to multiply by? So we know that's 3. So now if we multiply each part of the ratio by 3, we'll get our answers. So 3 times 3 is 9 and 5 times 3 is 15. So Adam gets £9 and Ben gets £15. Share £36 in the ratio 2:3:4. So this time we don't have the names of any people, but we're still going to do the same thing. So 2, 3, 4, add them up to get the total. So that's 9, and we've actually got 36 to share. 9 times what makes 36? So that's times 4. And then we're going to times each part of our ratio by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 8, 12, 16. Kath and Debbie share £25 in the ratio 48:32. How much money do they each get? So Kath is first, then to Debbie, 48:32. Now, I can see looking at these numbers that they're quite big. So before I start, I'm going to try and cancel them down. Another way I can see I need to is that the amount I have to share is £25 and these numbers are quite big. So let's divide it all by 2 to start with. So we divide it by 2 on both sides of the ratio. 24:16. But that will divide again. I know that 8's go into both of those. So then I've got 3:2. Now if I add them up and get the total, I get 5. And remember, I want to share £25. So 5 times 5 makes 25. So times each part of the ratio by 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 5 is 10. Kath gets 15. Debbie gets 10. Make sure you write them the right way round. Don't muddle them up and lose a mark. The angles shown are in the ratio 1:3. Work out the size of the largest angle. So you might notice straight away that you don't have anything to share. So you have to think, what do you know about the angles on a straight line? What do you know? Well, the angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So you have 180 to share. So your ratio is 1:3. If you add those up, you get 4, and you've actually got 180. So what do you times 4 by to get 180? So 180 divided by 4, you can, if it's a calculator paper, you can use a calculator. If not, halve it and halve it again. So you need to multiply by 45. 1 times 45 is 45. And 3 times 45 is 135. And the question said, work out the size of the largest angle. So that's the 135. A triangle has angles in the ratio 2:3:5. Work out the size of the smallest angle. So again, what do you know about the angles in a triangle? Well, hopefully you know that they all add to 180. Angles in a triangle add to 180. So you've got 2, 3, 5 as your ratio. You add that up, that's 10. And you actually have 180 degrees to share. So that's going to be multiplying by 18. 2 times 18 is 36. 3 times 18 is 54. And 5 times 18 is 90. Work out the size of the smallest angle this time. So the smallest one is 36. To make pink paint, red paint and white paint are mixed in the ratio 3:4. 24 litres of white paint are mixed with red paint. How many litres of red paint are needed to make the pink paint? So there's quite a lot to pick apart in this question. Let's start by writing our ratio. So you've got red paint to white paint, red to white, 3:4. Then now let's read the next line. 24 litres of white paint. If we put underneath our white paint, 24. Make sure you put it under white paint and then you see how you get there. So 4 times what would make 24? That's times 6. So if I times the red paint by 6, I'm going to get 18. So how many litres of red paint are needed? The answer is 18 litres. The length BC is 3 times the length AB. AC is 120 metres. Work out the length BC. So they haven't given you a ratio, you've got to work a ratio out. So AB to BC. AB is 1, then BC would be 3 times that. So 3. So our ratio is 1:3. And the total of that is 4. And we know that the total length of the line, A to C, is 120 metres. So 120 here. Now how do we get to 120 from 4? We multiply by 30. So we need to multiply each part by 30. 1 times 30 is 30, and 3 times 30 is 90. Now which is BC? That's the 90 metre bit. So our answer. Evie and Fred share money in the ratio 7:4. Evie gets £18 more than Fred. How much money did they share? So this is quite a tricky little question. We start in the same way. We've got Evie and Fred, ratio 7:4. But we don't have anything to share. We just know that Evie gets £18 more than Fred. So working out a total at the moment isn't going to help us. But what we can do is we can say that, look at the difference between 7 and 4, and that's 3. And what we want is the difference between our ratios to be 18. And we can say, well, if we times 3 by 6, we get 18. So if we times each part of our ratio by 6, 7 times 6 is 42, and 4 times 6 is 24. The difference between them will now be 18. So how much money did they share to start with? 42 add 24 is 66. So they had £66 to share. Rob is making green paint. He needs to mix blue paint, yellow paint and white paint in the ratio 3:5:2. Rob wants to make 900 millilitres of green paint. Rob has 300 millilitres of blue paint, 480 millilitres of yellow paint, 160 millilitres of white paint. Does Rob have enough paint of each colour to make the green paint? You must show all your workings. So let's just work out how much you would need and then check if his numbers match. So we've got the ratio blue to yellow to white, 3:5:2. And we want to make 900 mils. So really we've got 900 to share. So if we add 3, 5 and 2 up, we get 10, but we want to share 900. So that's 90 times as much, times 90. 3 times 90 is 270. 5 times 90 is 450. And 2 times 90 is 180. And now we need to check. Do we have enough blue paint? Well, we need 270 and we've got 300. So we do. Do we have enough yellow paint? We've got 480 and we want 450, so we do. And do we have enough white paint? We want 180 and we've got 160, so we don't. So we're going to say Rob does not have enough white paint. He needs 180 millilitres and he only has 160 millilitres. So you can keep practicing your ratio, I've linked a free worksheet with work solutions in the comments. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my videos or any of my free worksheets.